Newsroom, your live and local news update on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
Sexually exploiting a minor could earn two people many years in prison. I'm Chris Davis. Guilty pleas from two people who are from Bakersfield in a case from 2018 where they admit to using a minor to produce child pornography. 43-year-old Roy Richard Truitt III and 48-year-old Amber Louise Lowe both pleaded guilty to sexual exploitation of a minor, and Lowe to receipt and distribution of child pornography. Truitt faces a possible 60-year sentence and Lowe a possible 50 years when they are sentenced May 4th. California's law that bans ICE agents from wearing masks while doing their job has been blocked by a federal judge. The judge says the new law violates the Constitution's Federal Supremacy Clause and also unlawfully discriminates against federal agents. That ruling is from a suit against California by the Trump administration, but the judge says federal agents can do the job without wearing masks. When people stay at hotels in Kern County, they are paying a 6% occupancy tax, and some people believe that is too low given the expenses the county currently has and the money it needs. Today, Kern County supervisors are looking at the possibility of raising that tax, given the state average is more than 9%. Kern County's tax has been 6% for 23 years. And speaking of hotels, the Bakersfield City Council is looking at the potential demolition of La Mirage, a hotel on Union Avenue that has been the site of several recent fires. The first step is getting rid of all the asbestos, and that is what is on the council's agenda for Wednesday. After that, the whole place can be torn down at the expense of taxpayers. I'm Chris Davis in the KERN newsroom with news every half hour and when it breaks on FM 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
Mr. Flores, turn this up. Thank you very much.
I had 3 more seconds and I had the whole thing. I was supposed to have 3 minutes.
Sir, thank you. Thank you very much. Next speaker, please.
It's the JR Show from Studio 99 at the American General Media Complex. On air at News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. Online at kernradio.com. Now, here is your host, JR.
Well, you are definitely listening to the JR Flores Show on Kern Radio. That's 1180 AM, 96.1 FM, or you can stream us live on youtube.com. My name is Cassie Bittle, and I will be filling in for the next hour as JR enjoys a day off. He sent me a random text message yesterday, last minute, asking if I could come fill in. So I don't even know what JR is doing today. Chris, do you know what he's doing?
To be honest with you, I'm not 100% sure. I think it had something to do with Lily at school or something of that nature, but I really do not know.
I heard she was in studio yesterday, wasn't she?
No, actually, she wasn't here.
Oh, okay.
No, she's not normally here on Mondays.
Oh, it was a Lincoln's Day yesterday, so I figured.
Yeah. Oh, no. If you heard a child's voice in here yesterday, we had a Girl Scout on last show.
Is it Girl Scout cookie time already?
Is.
Oh, that's scary.
Yeah.
I've been doing so good with not eating any of the
fake
sugars.
Have too, but Girl Scout cookies are some that I can't say no to.
No, they're sweet little faces. It's not the cookies. It has nothing to do.
My sister grew up as a Girl Scout, so we always had them around the house, and yeah.
Yeah, it's so hard to show that kind of support, having to have every flavor of Girl Scout cookie in our house.
I may or may not have made a substantial order yesterday for myself and the family. May or may not. I will not confirm or deny that.
Oh goodness! I wait until I see him outside the grocery stores. It always makes me smile when I see him looking at you.
I was told by the mother yesterday too, for people who are wondering, that if you are one of those people that want to get a hold of them or find them somewhere, they may or may not be at the Harley Davidson this weekend.
Ooh, hear that. Harley Davidson, if you're looking for your Girl Scout cookies this weekend.
So if you're out there on that side, because I know there's a lot of people that are way out there that don't like to drive inward, so you have your chance to go out there this weekend and get some cookies. Great
way. It's a good Valentine's Day present for those that are out there waiting till the last minute. Cookies are always better than chocolates, in my opinion. Do you have any plans for Valentine's Day?
I do not.
No.
Nope.
Staying out of the
Happily
restaurant.
single.
See, that's what it's Friday the 13th this week. So I figured there'd be some singles parties or something going on, but I haven't seen anything yet.
As somebody who was born on the 13th and has it fall on Friday sometimes, that's one of my favorite days of the year.
That explains a lot.
Oh, yeah.
So your birthday's Friday, or is it?
No, not this Friday. No, June 13th.
June.
But it was originally on a Sunday, but sometimes it does fall on Friday.
Oh, nice. Good way to celebrate. Well, for those that don't know me, my name is Cassie, and my family owns and operates a little restaurant downtown called Cassie Steakhouse. We've been in Kern County since 1939 and in our present location since 1967. We are a steakhouse. We've got live music Tuesday through Saturday. Jimmy Gaines has been blessing us with his voice for over 20 years now. So if you are looking for something to do, I advise that you get out before Valentine's Day. Friday the 13th is a great day. So if you haven't already made your plans, I would recommend making some early plans. That way you avoid the crowds and all the young lovers that are out there. So definitely get your reservations in if you haven't done that. We've got several wonderful family-owned restaurants here in town. You've got Fergatti's, Euricchio's, Luigi's that you can go and celebrate a nice lunch with. So if you're looking to celebrate with your lover or your friends, I highly recommend that you make a reservation and get out and support some of these local businesses that we have going on here. I managed to tackle Costco today. I will say they've got some beautiful flower arrangements, but that is a madhouse.
Really?
Yeah, they've got the chocolate-covered strawberries and all the fun stuff, but I highly doubt those are going to last through the week. I recommend going to the Bakersfield Flower Market for those gentlemen out there that maybe haven't got their flowers yet. There's definitely some good local florists in town. Right next to Low-Cal Farm to Table, right there on 18th Street, too, is the House of Flowers. And they've got some beautiful plants that you can send to your friends or your lovers and support another local business. So I've been friends with Ralph Bailey, and he, for about 12 years now, and he got to introduce me to JR. So I've been friends with JR when he had the long hair, then he had the short hair. Now he's back to the long hair again. So we've been through the many chapters of JR. So I'm very blessed to have him as a friend and for him to allow me to take over his show today. Not only do I have a restaurant, but with that, it's been able to really help me connect with the community. And I am very proud to sit on the board of directors for Flood Ministries, which is the homeless outreach here in the city of Bakersfield. And then I also sit on the Planning Commission for Ward 3 under Ken Weir. So if you do have any questions about anything going on in the city, anything to go on with homelessness or any fun events in town, I typically do have an answer. But the answers that I do have are my personal opinion and do not reflect on any of the organizations that I am part of. So any comments or any kind of talk today, that is me as Cassie Bittle, not as Ward 3 Planning Commissioner for the city of Bakersfield. Always got to throw that out there. So if you have any questions, please feel free to call in. I know it's 842-KERN, and I never remember those numbers, but it's easy to remember, 842-KERN. You're welcome to call or text us. The lines will be open for the next 50 minutes. So if you've got anything to say, we'd be more than happy to have you call in. I was looking over some of the city news today. For those that are interested in what's going on city-wise, we are having our police chief selection. It's actually a listening session tonight, so it will take a few more weeks, but the city's going to be having a Zoom meeting, and it is linked on the city website. So if you are interested tonight at 6 p.m., they are going to be having a listening session about who our next police chief is. And one of the candidates for Ralph for New Year's Eve, he came on to talk about where the Bakersfield Police Department's going in the next year. And then we also have Jeremy Blakemore, that is also a candidate. So if you're interested in who our next police chief is going to be, I highly recommend that you get involved in our city. And you don't even really have to say anything. Just go ahead and click if you're sitting on the couch and watch the Zoom meeting and kind of get an idea of what's being discussed and how that process goes about and how we decide who our police chief is. Because it's very important to how our city runs and how we respond to crimes, low-level crimes or all crimes, directly reflects on who our police chief is. So it's very important that we stay involved in that thing. So if you have any time tonight, please log on to the virtual meeting. The links are on the city page for our police chief. So if anybody's got any comments on that, I would love to hear that today as well. I did bug a couple of the police officers that were helping me last week. I asked them, are you team Stratton or team Blakemore? And they both looked at me and said, that's like asking if you like mom or dad better. So I know this isn't going to be an easy selection. Both men love our community, are deeply involved in our community, and want to see us successful. So it is going to be a toss-up. Have you heard anything on it, Chris? Any opinions?
I honestly have not heard much, but I mean, I'm pretty honestly confident in the police department in finding the next line of leadership
Mhm.
coming down the line. They've done a great job at it so far. My family has been in the police department my entire life.
I was going to say, I know your Uncle Jeff.
Usually I'm just one of those people that says, you know what, if they all sit there and have that kind of reaction where it's hard to choose between the two, I'm cool with either one then. I have no problem with that. If they all trust both of these candidates, then I'm all for it. I have no issue either way.
It's a really hard position. I know that I can't even imagine what they go through with how big our city is and the diverse problems that we have amongst each different community. You have to get to know so much. And usually they only last about 5 or 6 years, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I wish my uncle would have told me about those pensions, boy. Damn,
I know. And that become a problem.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, yes. But police chief is important. Our police officers are important. I can't say how thankful we are enough for them downtown.
Yes.
Officer Stratton, he's been very, very involved in the downtown community, coming to our meetings and talking to us about how the issues evolved over the years and how we ended up where we are. So I'm really proud to say how educated our downtown community is on how we ended up where we did and how we're able to pull ourselves out of it so quickly too.
So that is something that I wanted to ask you, since you are uniquely qualified to talk about that topic today. How has everything been the last couple months? I know everything has really cleaned up a lot downtown, especially with the opening of new businesses. I know the well just opened up and stuff like that. But I mean, has it gotten better, especially with the homeless situation? Have we really made any trek forward in this area?
This has been a long process. So over the last 8 years, it's taken us some time to get where we are. But with the passing of Proposition 36 this last year, it gave our law enforcement the teeth that they needed to be able to help us. Because when we started this 8 years ago, I would admit we did not have enough shelter beds. We were not providing enough services for the people that we had on the street. So we've worked very hard to make sure that addiction services, plenty of adequate housing is on the horizon. We've worked with local nonprofits to try to provide everything that we can to give people a hand up once they're coming out of that hard situation. But at this point, what we have is a lot of shelter-resistant people on the streets. So the crimes are still, happening. I'm not going to try to downplay that by any means. I had a broken window just this last week. So yes, crime is still around, but we're making those steps forward. And we're with the Jail Bed Task Force Committee. I think 2026 is going to be the year that we see major change in Bakersfield. And I think the businesses are still optimistic. We've lost a lot of people from the downtown area, a lot of property owners, but at the same time, we see new blood coming in. The well is going to be a great opportunity for us downtown businesses to really bring more people downtown to see how hard we've worked. We've made sure to try to keep it clean, welcoming, and safe. So has this been a struggle for the entire state, if not the entire nation? It has, but I've been very proud of the response of not only the city of Bakersfield, but our community as well, of how we rallied together to recognize where our issues are and try to solve those problems instead of just complaining about them. So I'm optimistic.
Okay. I mean, that's good. That's great to hear, really, because as somebody who used to go down there a lot, haven't been able to recently, not because I don't necessarily feel safe down there, but more just because time and all of that has been incredibly constrained. But
yes. As long as we're playing this catch and release thing where we don't have anybody in the jails for longer than 6 or 12 hours, there's no accountability. So you're going to continue to have these same problem children out on the street doing the same crime. So it's like 10% of the crimes committed in Bakersfield are by the same individuals. So it's just getting our teeth and getting our hands on those individuals to either get them into jail diversion program. Is this a mental illness issue? Is it an addiction issue, or is this just simply a criminal aspect issue? And we've got to make sure that we take care of it on all 3 levels. So it's that trifecta of reform that we have going on that I think will give us the brighter future. So we're not there yet by any means. You come downtown, yes, you are still going to see shopping carts, but you're not going to see what you did 8 years ago, 6 years ago, 4 years ago. We have, increased the lighting, we've increased the cameras, the security. So we're not seeing the same problems that we did. So that's optimistic in a way, I guess.
Sounds good to me. It means I can go downtown more often and get some more beers.
Yes, I welcome people to come downtown. I know that the media can sensationalize things a lot. And so when you see things on the news, it's the clicks that people want. So they're going to put the more interesting things up to see, but at the end of the day, it is a good place to go. You are safe. The odds of having a crime are not as big as they were. So I do recommend people giving us the opportunity to show them what we've been able to do downtown, I think. So come have a beer with us, Chris. But on the backside of that, we are going to be having Jim Wheeler come on at 2:30. So we'll have him give us a little bit more insight into the homelessness.
Fantastic.
We're going to take a quick break. You are listening to the JR Show on Kern Radio, and we'll be back in just a few minutes.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. The Ralph Bailey Show, weekdays from 3 till 6 p.m.
Ghislaine Maxwell is trying to bargain with Congress. She's taking the fifth, but now she's claiming she'll talk if she can get clemency. There were over 100 victims, and you're telling me that the FBI can only find 2 people that perpetrated this thing? She knows something, and I don't think we're going to learn a damn thing from this despicable one.
On News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
It's Tuesday, and that means 2 more days to get to the Stockyard. What's the Stockyard? Well, it's the little speakeasy whiskey bar right next door to Casey's Steakhouse. 2525 F Street, open Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays, 6 p.m. to close. Go up, ring the doorbell. They're going to ask you what's the password. Tell them, why not JR? Walk inside, be transported to the Prohibition era. We're talking about bookcases with secret passageways. Not only that, you can get some of the great food from Casey's Steakhouse. Say you want some steak bites. Say you want a shrimp cocktail. All that's available, plus specialty cocktails. Get the whiskey sour, one of my favorites. Haley at the bar will take care of you. Not to mention, they have a banquet room attached to the place. You want to throw a party, maybe a bridal shower, any occasion, they got you covered. It's the Stockyard, 2525 F Street, open Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays. Live music on the weekends. Come in and check it out. I'll be there. Tell the password, why not JR? It's the Stockyard.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, during our President's Day sale, take 50% off our limited edition bed. Plus, free premium delivery with any bed and base. Ends Monday. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
Can I take your coat?
Oh, you noticed? Yeah, I found it on eBay from a seller in Vegas. Pre-loved and perfect. She listed it and jackpot. Italian leather, classic trench silhouette. And did you see the braided buckle?
Hang on to your claim ticket.
Oh, I'll hang on to this forever. Have you been on eBay? There's so many finds. And I bet that diving watch would sell fast. Just saying.
Find what you love, sell what you don't. eBay. Things people love.
Walk the streets of Bakersfield into a country night with the Condors on Friday. Country rock band In Cahoots will perform throughout the night, and we'll have Condors country trucker hats on sale for just $5. Plus, it's a $3 beer Friday with Michelob Ultra and Mango Cart, just $3 till the start of the second. It's a Boats Go Limited Time, presented by Roosters and Eyewitness News. Doors open at 6. The puck drops at 7. Fun starts at just $15 at condorstown.com or by calling 324-PUCK.
This is Condorstown. The Armstrong and Getty Show, weekdays noon to 2 on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. Now, back to the JR Show.
You've always got a good taste in music, Chris.
I try.
You are listening to the JR Show on Kern Radio. That's 96.1 FM, 1180 AM, or you can stream us live on the Kern Radio channel on YouTube. My name is Cassie Bittle, and I will be filling in for JR for the next about 40 minutes while he enjoys a day off, and I think with his daughter, so much deserved. For those that don't know me, I am a local downtown business owner and an active community member with the city of Bakersfield and the county of Kern. So we're trying to use this next 40 minutes. If you have any questions or any comments on anything city or county-wide, we'd love to hear about it. But just to let you know about some of the events that are coming up, I know Ralph Bailey has his honor flight open at the Bakersfield Country Club. That's coming up on March 23rd. Chris, are they still have teams available for
I
that?
believe they do, yeah. If you go to honorflightopen.com, there should be links where you can sign up for anything you would like, if it was just to become part of a team or if you have your own team that you would like to get into this, I believe we still have some spots open.
Oh, cool. Last year was my first year doing it. I think, was it the first year doing the golf tournament?
No.
They've done it for a
This
while.
will be our third or fourth.
Okay. So we're not too far behind. Well, we do the food out there. It's our honor to be able to sponsor the food for all of the players. And it's amazing what the Honor Flight does for our veterans here in Bakersfield. So any way that we can support it. And I'm going to tell you, it is so much fun. I've never been one for golf tournaments. It's mostly drinking and running around on the golf cart, so I'm not one to do that too much. But I went out there this last year with Liz. That was so much fun. We got to throw the ball down on, I don't even know the golf terms, but we got to throw it towards the hole to see if we could get the hole in one for them. So there's all kinds of fun things that they do, good food and good people there to support our local veterans. So
absolutely. And everything, or I shouldn't say everything, but donations and proceeds do go to Honor Flight and sending these men and women to DC to see all of that, and it's really awesome. I love the entire organization and what they do.
It is great. No, it is great. And Michaela is going to be going out there with me this year, so it'll be the two of us running around, and probably Chef Danny, because he doesn't let us go anywhere without him, like a little brother. So I guarantee he'll be tag along on the back of the golf cart.
You can't forget Danny.
I know. He's the personality in the restaurant. We got to take him out when we go places. Has Ralph ever done like a meter to see how much he's raised through the years for the Honor Flight, or does he just keep track?
We keep a loose number. I don't know if he has the full amount like throughout the entirety of us doing this. I really could not tell you.
I would really be curious to know how much he's raised over the years, because he is so energetic and excited when it comes to helping his veterans. I mean, he doesn't get that excited about much, but when it comes to the Honor Flight, that is definitely his love and passion. So I love everything that he does for our veterans. My grandfather was a veteran. I had no desire to go into the military. I think I have flat feet, and I'm not even 4'11", so I'm not exactly the best candidate, right? Well, all the other things going on in town, we talked about the police chief selection tonight. Well, tomorrow night, City Council will be discussing the sewer rate increase as well. That was quite sensational there for some time, and the city's had some meetings and discussed how they're going to do it. I know that they've came up with a plan to definitely lower the cost a lot at the front end and then increase it over time. So if you've got any opinions or any comments when it comes to the sewer rates, tomorrow night is going to be your night. You can email in comments to the city clerk's office. You can show up to city council. It's always excited to go in there and see the stands full of people that have an opinion on how our city should run. So I encourage everybody to please pay attention and participate in our civic process here in Bakersfield. Do we have a caller, Chris?
We do. She had a question about the East Hills Mall. Kitty's on the line.
Yes. Hi, Kitty. How are you?
Good. If I'm ever listening and you're on, I'm going to be calling about East Hills Mall.
I love it. Yes. I've been seeing some dirt move up there. We've got the liquor license for the Sprouts Market is up on the fence. So they are definitely moving forward with that. We are looking at having it for completion in in the spring of this coming year, so 2027. So they are moving forward. They're going to be moving a lot of dirt and building a lot of stuff coming this summer. So I'm excited. I think it's going to be a great new shopping center for East Bakersfield. Are you excited for it, Kitty, or what are your feelings with that?
Not yet, because I go, all we have is the worst Walmart and the worst Target out there. So that's where I go, and I haven't seen any dirt moving. It still looks like a bunch of little pyramids of old dirt.
Yeah,
I haven't seen anything.
Yeah, they started, I believe, a couple weeks ago, and then also on that Walmart, they've been doing a full remodel on that Walmart as well. So they are trying. There's new property owners over there in the last couple of years, so they are trying to invest into that shopping center there. So they are doing a full remodel on that Walmart, so it should be better. And then with the new shopping center there, I do believe it'll bring more foot traffic in, and then that's when you see the stores do get a lot better. But it has been a long process for that property. We've seen it change hands many times. The cost of development is outrageous, and when people get into these, they don't realize that right off the bat. And so this property, I believe, has been sold 5 or 6 times in the last 10 years. So now that it's in good hands, and they are moving forward with an actual plan, and they have been showing that they are moving forward, which is very exciting, because we've waited a very long time to have that shopping center be something that we can be proud of. So I don't blame you.
Okay,
I wouldn't
well,
be too
I'm gonna
excited
drive
yet.
by there again today.
All
I'll
right.
take a look. I haven't seen anything.
Yeah, they are. I know it doesn't look like much. Development takes forever, and especially when we've had to wait this long just to get a developer that is actually moving forward, it really kind of makes it hard for us to be hopeful. But I do know on this project, they are moving forward, and we are going to be seeing some building going on really in the near future. So drive by, see the liquor license up there. I can't wait to have a Sprouts on this side of town because I have to drive all the way over to Stockdale Highway to be able to get my organic groceries that I like so much. So I am excited about that.
Yeah, I'm not a big Sprouts girl, but
No.
I'm looking forward to something, anything.
We're going to have a Hobby Lobby too. I don't know if you're much of a crafter or like the decorations, that kind of stuff. That is one that I do know is locked in as well. So those are two of the main anchors.
Okay.
All right.
I will
Hey,
go by
you
and
keep
look.
calling,
Thanks.
Kitty. I remember you from last night. I appreciate you paying attention and making sure we're getting moving on that. I really do appreciate you.
Okay,
All right,
thanks a
we'll
lot.
see you
Jen.
soon. Thank you. So East Hills Mall project, that has been a very controversial subject over, I want to say even 15 years, if not longer. So, I mean, it took a long time just to see the building come down, and to see that plans are moving forward is really, really exciting. So we got to go on one more quick break.
Yes, in about a minute. But
Oh,
I
I
do
got
have
a
a
little-
text message here real quick.
Okay.
If we can answer it. It says, can you take some time and explain whether or not the sewage rate increase will affect us that are over off of Olive Drive and Coffee? I apologize.
That depends if you are in the unincorporated part of Kern, I believe, but we're going to take a quick break and let me get the answer for that for you when we come back. All right, listen to the JR Show, and this is Cassie Bittle. We'll be back in just a few minutes. You said Alloway and Fruitvale? Alloway and Fruitvale, that is it.
Olive.
Callaway and Olive.
Olive and Coffee.
Olive and Coffee.
With SR News, I'm Keith Peters in Washington. An FBI search of the election sub in Fulton County, Georgia, is part of an investigation into possible deficiencies or defects in the vote count in the 2020 contest, according to an affidavit unsealed Tuesday. The allegations outlined in the affidavit are largely based on claims that have long been made by people.
It's Mr. Wheeler, right?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Authorities investigating the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie more than a week ago released the first surveillance images Tuesday, showing a masked person on her porch the night she went missing. Authorities searching for the mother of Today's Show host Savannah Guthrie have not identified any suspects or persons of interest. On Wall Street, the Dow up by 52 points, the Nasdaq dropped 136. More details at srnnews.com.
From the KERN Newsroom, your live and local news update on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
I'm Chris Davis. Possible federal sentences of more than a half century each face two people from Bakersfield who pleaded guilty this week to producing child pornography and exploiting a minor back in 2018. Sentencing for Roy Richard Truitt III and Amber Louise Lowe has been set for May 4th. Kern County supervisors are considering today whether they will pursue raising the county's hotel tax from where it is now at 6% to help with expenses. And the Bakersfield City Council is looking at possibly demolishing the La Mirage Hotel on Union Avenue at their Wednesday meeting. The first step would be to get rid of all the asbestos in the place, which has been the site of several recent fires. I'm Chris Davis in the KERN Newsroom with news every half hour and when it breaks on FM 96.1 and AM 1180.
Mr. Wheeler is on the line. You hear me? Okay, just want to make sure.
Start as tiny seeds needing care, love, and a little sunlight. Then boom, we sprout, stretch, and grow through the world of childhood and teen years. Before you know it, we're blooming, working, parenting, thriving. And yes, even golden petals can shine bright. Join Kern County Public Health and thrive like a poppy. Visit KernPublicHealth.com to learn more.
Are you looking for a hospital that truly cares for your health and well-being? At Good Samaritan Hospital, they provide high-quality medical detox, psychiatric services, and medical and surgical care. They accept most insurances, including Medi-Cal, Medicare, and Kern Family. They offer Kern County's longest-standing inpatient detox program with dual diagnosis that combines medical care and withdrawal management all under one roof. Learn more at GoodSamaritanHospital.com or call 661-215-7500. Good Samaritan Hospital. They care for their community.
We've all been there, sleepless nights, wondering if your business's security service is really protecting what matters. At Bay Alarm, we can put your security insecurities to bed. Our advanced technology and personalized support ensure you can rest easy knowing we're here for you. BayAlarm.com.
The Ralph Bailey Show, weekdays from 3 till 6 p.m.
There is arrogant ass Gavin Newsom in the middle of Wasco telling Texas to eat their heart out, but yet Newsom is in charge of one of the biggest boondoggles in the history of the state. And how much is
Ralph.
that going to cost you? And who the Sam Hill wants to go to Merced? Hopefully this will be his presidential downfall.
On News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. The Armstrong and Getty Show, weekdays noon to 2 on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. Now, back to the JR Show.
There's far too many of you die.
You are listening to the JR Show on Kern Radio. That's 1180 AM and 96.1 FM, or you can stream us live on youtube.com with the Kern Radio channel. My name is Cassie Bittle, and I am filling in for JR while he's taking a little mini vacation. We only get an hour today, so it's not quite like doing Ralph's show where we got 3 hours to fill. So we got a lot of content to put in just a short amount of time. Right before the break, we had a text message about the sewer rates over in the Olive Drive area. I do believe, depending on where your house is, you are in the unincorporated areas of Kern. So I don't believe that you are in that, but I am waiting for a text back from someone at the city to make sure I'm not giving out false information. But while I've got someone on the line, I would like to introduce you to Mr. Jim Wheeler, and he is the Executive Director for Flood Ministries here in Kern County. Hi, Jim. How are you doing today?
Hi, Miss Cassie. I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I cannot complain. JR gave me an hour to be able to bring on some of my favorite people and talk about some of the most critical topics. And homelessness is something that is always on everybody's mind and definitely a topic of discussion. So you have been a leader in homelessness here in Bakersfield, and you just got done doing the point in time count last week, correct?
That is correct. Yes, actually, it was
2 weeks ago.
It was about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. But yes. We were able to have a great turnout and great participation from members of the community, and you know, it was amazing. A couple days before and a couple days after, we had this terrible fog, and a lot of us were praying, Lord, please no fog on our point in time count day, because that would really impact our ability to get a good count. And you know what? It was a clear and beautiful morning, so we were thankful for that.
And we're very thankful for all the volunteers that got up and met at the mission. Was it 4:30 in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning?
Yes, 4:30. Some people had to be there earlier, but yeah, people got up, and I love the point in time count because I love to see everybody and the people who come to participate. They, you know, sometimes they're, you know, it's their first time and they're a little bit frightened about what it's going to be, and they come back with a smile on their face and knowing that they did something really well. It was something very important for our community.
I didn't participate this year, but I have in the past years. And I think it's something that we've discussed as well, is it's a great opportunity to be able to see the many faces of homelessness. We see on the news the shopping carts and what we see downtown. But when you do the point in time count, you don't pick the area that you go to. You map out the city. Now, how does that work when you map out the city? How do people get selected for certain areas?
Well, it's a big 6-month-long process, and what we have is we have somebody that our flood teams, they go out and with the help of some of our other community partners, and we do recon to find out where people are. You know, with enforcement, and we're not against enforcement. We have a great relationship with the Bakersfield Police Department, the Kern County Sheriff's Department, and code enforcement for both the county and the sheriff and the park rangers. Great relationship that we we ask them to try to be careful about enforcement activities before and after, so that we can get an idea where we're at, and then we just break the county down into grids, and people get matched. We put our most experienced people out on the Kern River, and places that are a little more dangerous or a little harder to get to. But it gets broken out, and then you get assigned an area, and in a way, it's a little bit random if you're new, and so you never know, because, like I said, people move around. They are, we use the word transient, but people are transient in where they go and where they stay, and so we try to project that as much as possible, and we get people to identify every single person possible.
Agreed. And in the last couple of years, I would say not last year, the year before, I was put in the southwest side of town. And then the year before that, I was in Rosedale over off of the Hageman Road over by a few parks. And it really changed the way that I looked at homelessness, because I had never seen the elderly side of it. And we were at a park, and it was probably 5:30 in the morning. And there was this beautiful old Chevy truck that looked like someone had really taken a lot of time with it. And one of the more experienced people that was with us said, well, let's just go ahead and check it out. And I thought, there is no way that person is homeless. Well, after having a brief conversation with the gentleman, he was a veteran here in town that had received just enough money to be able to have a hotel motel for about half the month, a little bit over the half the month, but about a week out of the month, he had to stay at different local parks. And so he stayed at that one. He had a little hot plate for his coffee. Very, very nice gentleman. And it just really opened my eyes to, we don't understand how people end up where they do, or even, what type of person they are. We have an assumption of what we think homelessness is, and every time you assume, you're always wrong. So that I recommend people get out at the point in time count if you can do it. Get an understanding of what's out there, because there's many faces to this homeless crisis that we're going through.
No, I agree, and it's so easy for us as a community to paint with a broad brush. I think, in a lot of ways, politically, our community's divided. I mean, our country's divided, and it's just easy to just sort of stereotype people. And when you are out there and you see that, we have an aging population in general, and that it stands to reason that people experiencing homelessness are going to tend to be older. We have a large portion of people who live in their vehicles, and sometimes it's the people who are senior citizens, and sometimes it's our veterans, and then sometimes it's families. We get maybe 3 to 5 requests on our website every week from people saying, "Hey, I'm living in my vehicle. I'm a mother, and I have 2 children, and I have." We just recently put a mother and 6 children in a motel for a while until something opened up at the open door. And so you just can't. Everybody comes to homelessness differently, and it's not helpful when we just sort of paint with a broad brush and think that everybody's a drug addict or everybody's has mental health issues, because it's just not true of everybody. Their circumstances are all different.
Exactly. And I'm so thankful for Flood Ministries and being able to open my eyes up to that, because being a business owner in the downtown area, sometimes we get a little bit bitter and we get a little cold because of the issues that we face on a daily basis. And so Flood Ministries has really been a blessing in my life, and I think a blessing for Bakersfield in getting to those individuals that really truly need and want the help. How do you feel homelessness is going in Kern County, and what do you think is going to be new in 2026?
Well, I think that one thing is that over the last, let's say, from 2019 to about 2024, our numbers kept going up, and then I think this year maybe a small decrease, but the last 2 years we've had small decreases, and I think that means that we're helping to stem the tide, and that we're actually addressing some of the issues, and we have over 1,000 people in shelter beds that we didn't have 5 or 6 years ago. There were no shelter beds for places to go, and every week, if you could drive by the flood office, you'll see there are people outside waiting to go to a shelter, and so we have people on a waiting list to go to shelter. So I think that we'll continue to keep our shelters full, and then we're going to continue to work hard on moving people out of the shelters and into more stable housing. I think that's really important on the back end, that we move people out. But when it gets log jammed, it becomes a little bit of a problem. And I think that's when people start seeing, more of the encampments and that sort of thing. So I'm excited about the potential. There's some new funding coming down from the county to help us address some of the issues that we're facing. And then the federal government has sort of transitioned their focus from permanent housing, which we really need, but also to allow for more funding to be spent on transitional housing that can be used for sober living and helping people to get off their addiction issues and to help people address their mental health issues. And so I'm excited about those potential opportunities as well.
That's hopeful. That definitely is hopeful because it has been a long road and you have been on this road with us. Jim comes to our downtown business meetings. He meets with the business owners. He's constantly in contact with our city council member and city staff. Jim, you do so much for our community and I can't thank you enough for everything that your flood team does in general. I mean, I don't know how many phone calls I've made to flood and just helping with certain individuals. A lot of the times it's not a criminal aspect. It is somebody that just simply needs some help. So I have made those phone calls and flood always answers. So if anybody out there is listening, there is the flood resource line. Jim, how many calls do we get a year or a month from the resource line from the community?
Well, I'm glad you asked that because I just submitted an annual report to our board of directors at Flood, and we had over 10,000 community referrals that we responded to last year. So that's about 400 a month. And, you know, that could be anything from somebody reaching out to us on our website. That could include a downtown business owner reaching out to me and asking us to go deal with somebody or to check on somebody. That might be somebody calling our street outreach message line that we have. It could be an elected official reaching out to us. It could be the Bakersfield Police Department to the Community Vitality Program, which is a great program, asking us to go and respond to an encampment. And so it's just a lot of different ways that people can reach us, and they do. But if you think about it, 400 a month is a lot, and 10,000 a year. We're really proud of the fact that we are so responsive. You know, our wait times when there's a referral that comes in, it's about 30 minutes. So generally speaking, of course, that means during regular work hours, right? We're not at midnight. If you call us, you're not going to get us to respond in 30 minutes. But in general, when there's regular work hours, when somebody calls from the community, we try to respond within 30 minutes. So we're really proud of that.
I love that. And just this last week, I had to call and Enrique and Mitchell showed up. But it's just those many faces of homelessness. The day before, I was arguing and in a fight with a gentleman that was causing issues. And then the very next day, I step out front of my restaurant and there is an older gentleman. I wanted to say he was in his 70s with a walker just sitting there. And so I asked him if he needed any services. And he looked up at me with shock and said, "Yes, please." And they were there within 30 minutes. They were very cordial. I don't know what exactly happened because that's their business, but I was very thankful to have Flood Ministries come and address the situation. So, and on top of that, you guys work directly with code enforcement as well for these outreach down on the riverbed and to be able to get people moved along. So thank you for that.
And we're, like I said, we're really proud of our partnership with code enforcement and law enforcement, both at the city and the county side. And I think they respect us and appreciate what we try to do. It'd be better for everybody if we can engage with somebody and get them to go to the shelter than have to take them to jail, and you know, or to say there's no place for them to go. And so they continue to to be to bother someone in the downtown or to impact a local business. And you know, my heart goes out to the businesses. I get it, and we get it, and we don't want our businesses to be impacted by homelessness. We want our businesses to thrive, and so we try to work closely with our business partners as well.
I love that. Well, Jim, thank you so much for talking to us today about homelessness. Do you have anything to add before we have to go on one more quick break?
No, this might seem to be gratuitous, but we really appreciate you, Cassie. My team appreciates you. You're a business person that gets it. I know that you have been impacted greatly by homelessness, but I love your heart and I appreciate you, and I appreciate you giving us a platform to talk to people and to let us know, to let people know what we're doing. And you know, one other quick thing is if people get upset, they don't think we're making progress, but we are. And just think of what would happen if we weren't out there doing what we're doing. Think of how bad the situation would be then. So we are making a difference slowly but surely, but we are making a difference.
We are, yes, I couldn't agree more. And then last thing too, Jim, we have it used to be our spring gala, but now it's going to be in September. Do you know the date and the time for our event? It's our 20th year anniversary, correct?
That's right.
All right.
We've been doing this work for 20 years, and we're really proud of that fact. And it is, in fact, I think on September 20th. If you go to our website, you can contact us and get more information. I think there's information already on the website for that.
Well, thank Kari for that.
Floodbaco.com.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for your time, Jim. You get back to work.
Okay, thank you.
All right, we'll see you soon.
All right, thank you, Cassie. Take care.
So homelessness has definitely been something that we've dealt with for many, many years. And I couldn't agree with Jim more that we are going somewhere with this, but it takes jail beds on the other side. So we are addressing the multiple issues that we have, but we do need more jail beds. So if you've got time to write your city councilman, write your board of supervisors, anybody that'll listen, please write them and let them know how important it is to get these jail beds open to help these individuals get off of our streets. We're going to take one more quick break. My name is Cassie Bittle, and we'll be back for the last 15 minutes here pretty quick.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. The Ralph Bailey Show, weekdays from 3 till 6 p.m.
It's that man again. Look what's coming up on the Tuesday TRBS. Former federal magistrate judge Teresa Goldner, live via the Rogers Brandon Global Telephone Network, and the 10th day of Nancy Guthrie's abduction. We'll give you the latest on that. Whatever else happens before 3:05. It's the Ralph Bailey Show on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. I'll see you at 3.
On News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost, month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-274-5104 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-274-5104. That's 800-274-5104. What do you have to lose? Call 800-274-5104. Again, 800-274-5104.
Are you looking for a one-of-a-kind way to honor your team or commemorate a special event? Look no further than Martinez Challenge Coins and More, the premier challenge coins and specialty metals company in Bakersfield. With years of experience and a commitment to quality, Martinez creates custom challenge coins that are truly exceptional. Whether you need coins for your military unit, law enforcement agency, or corporate team, they have you covered. Their expert team will work closely with you to design a coin that reflects your unique vision. From intricate artwork to personalized details, Martinez ensures that every coin is a true work of art.
Hi, I'm Ray Martinez, owner and founder of the company. So don't settle for ordinary when you can have extraordinary.
Contact Martinez Challenge Coins and More today and let them bring your vision to life. Visit their website at martinez-martinezllc.com or call 661-304-9589. Martinez Challenge Coins and More, where excellence meets craftsmanship.
Running a business takes grit, vision, and a partner who believes in your success as much as you do. At Valley Strong Credit Union, business banking is built around you, the entrepreneurs, the growers, the dreamers, powering our community. Whether you need flexible checking, faster payments, or financing to take your next big step, Valley Strong brings local expertise and real relationships to every stage of your business. Because when local businesses thrive, the whole valley grows stronger. Valley Strong Credit Union. Grow your business, grow your future. ValleyStrong.com/business.
The Armstrong and Getty Show, weekdays noon to 2 on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. Now, back to the JR Show.
It's not in the way you look or the things that you say that you do.
don't want to start talking because I like the music too much, Chris. You are listening to the JR Show on Kern Radio. You're listening to 96.1 FM, 1180 AM, or you can stream us live at YouTube or kernradio.com. If you want to be able to see my nice outfit, I got ready today for a radio show. So that doesn't make much sense, but here
Well, they
we
can see
sit.
you on YouTube, though.
Well, now, but before I used to be able to come in my curlers and my sweatpants and you wouldn't know the difference.
You know, that's what everybody keeps saying, but we're changing that. We're changing the mold, Cassie.
I love it. I got my smile on today.
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much to our listeners for tuning in today. We did get to cover a couple of the city topics of homelessness and development, where we're going with the sewer rate. That is going to be at the city council meeting tomorrow night. I will not be able to be in attendance as the Tulare Farm show's in town. So we've got all the ag boys that'll be coming in and girls as well, coming in to have dinner. So I won't be able to make it, but I'm hoping my community shows up and voices their opinion when it comes to
I'm sure JR will have plenty to talk about it tomorrow. So
guarantee he will. Yes, I recommend going to these type of meetings. Just 2 weeks ago at the 3:30 city council meeting, we went over the Measure N and the community vitality projects that came of Measure N, and they were talking about the millions of pounds of trash that has been moved, the cleanups that we've had where the community can come and drop off bulk items as well. That's really taken a dent on the illegal dumping that we've had going on. They went to show on code enforcement, our police force, how we've been able to hire the 150 officers and be a complement. So the city is definitely moving forward. Every time we have an issue and we have solutions, the city listens. And one of the things that the downtown business community voiced our opinion on quite a bit was the need for more jail beds, and the fact that we were watching our police officers arrest individuals for committing crimes at our businesses. And then 6 to 12 hours later, we were seeing that same individual walking the streets. So after doing research, we found out that our police officers were having to drive all the way out to Laredo to the booking, which was taking 2 officers off of the streets to get them booked in to just have them released. So the city listened to our cries and they formed what's called the Jail Bed Task Force Committee. I have sat on that committee now for about 4 months. We've had 4 meetings, and since those 4 meetings, we were able to bring to City Council a couple plans on how we could really triage the situation. Instead of telling the county that it's all their problem, we were looking at ways of how we can be part of the solution, not just the complainers. So we looked at opening up 120 misdemeanor beds at Taft Community Corrections. So we've had meetings with Chief McMinn and we've looked over the financing. We brought it to City Council, or city staff, I shouldn't say we, I say since it's our tax dollars, it's all of us, but they brought it to City Council 2 Wednesdays ago to discuss how much it was going to cost. And City Council voted unanimously to move forward with the Jail Bed Task Force Committee's kind of findings. So we are looking at funding not only Taft for 120 misdemeanor beds, but we're also looking at funding Laredo as well, and Sheriff Youngblood for having 120 more felony beds as well. So that's, I think, and I don't know for sure, but it's one more of the missing puzzle pieces that we have. Over the last 15 years, we've seen criminal justice completely do a 180, and we've had to be able to bend and mold with that. And so with the passing of Proposition 36, we do have the ability to arrest low-level offenders for those quality of life crimes where they're repeat. We're not looking for the recidivism of locking people away and throwing away the key, but we do have to have accountability when it comes to individuals committing crimes in our community. That goes for the teenagers as well. Anybody in our community needs to understand that we have a set of laws. This is how we want our community to act. And if they don't want to work in that parameter, we have to have accountability. So I'm proud of City Council making that decision to go ahead and continue moving forward. But it does take our community letting them know where our needs are. And I don't think there's many community members in Bakersfield that couldn't agree that we do need more jail beds to be able to give our police officers the understanding too that we see what they're going through. And it is very frustrating to arrest the same individual upwards of 60 times, to get to know them on a personal basis. When you're driving in downtown and you're part of the downtown task force, I can show them a picture on my phone and they know exactly who they are, where they hang out, and what they do as their crimes. So to have that continue on is just, it's really hurt the morale downtown. So I'm really looking forward to seeing where 2026 will take us with all these issues that we've been having. I mean, everybody in Bakersfield has experienced some level of homelessness, retail crime, vehicle damage, vandalization. I mean, you name it. It doesn't matter what area of town or what city you live in. California has been a complete mess since the passing of AB 109, Propositions 57 and 47. So Proposition 36 is the answer. We are going to be able to have accountability, but we also have compassion. We have built our shelters. We have given the space for individuals that need the hand up to go ahead and receive services. We are increasing our mental health beds. We have the city just moved forward on another mental health facility here for us. And so I believe we're upwards of 100 beds now, to which we used to have only about 30, 35 beds. So we've really, really moved a lot farther when it comes to mental health and addiction, because a lot of times this, mental health comes with addiction as well. So I'm proud of where the city's gone, but I know we're going to go a lot farther. So I do not think we're perfect. I know we have a lot of room for improvement, but that takes active community members. So if you're retired, if you are young, if you're in high school, if you are in college, it doesn't matter. Get to a city council meeting, a board of supervisors meeting, or just voice your opinion to the city clerk, because every opinion matters. So tonight will be the police chief selection listening session. So if you have any input on where you think criminal justice needs to go or what our police chief needs to keep in mind as they select the next one, 6 p.m. tonight, it will be a virtual meeting that you can tune into. Tomorrow night, City Council will be talking about the sewer rate increases, and that is a very, very hot topic. It is going to be expensive. We need a lot of money to be able to reinvest into our city sewer, so it's going to take some time to really work that out with everybody. So if you've got time, make it over to the City Council meeting. Last things, we got the Padres having their Velvet Valentine 4-course dinner on Saturday night. We've got Lipstick Revolver Galentines at Chewy's, 7 o'clock. There's a comedy show at the Fox, and there's a concert at the Dignity Health Arena. So if you've got time, get out this weekend, support your local businesses, and enjoy some time with your loved ones. My name is Cassie Bittle, and it has been a great hour with you. Thank you for listening to the JR show. Almost did it.
This is AM 1180 KERN. Green Acres. This is 96.1 FM. Bakersfield. Online at KERNradio.com.
I had no time to talk about marijuana.
News this hour from Town Hall. I'm Keith Peters in Washington. Republican Senator Susan Collins is officially running for re-election in Maine. Correspondent Greg Clark